Yo guys, I'm gonna make a quick Asaro guide for this season since a lot of people were asking for it. So we can start already with talents. So there is two builds you're gonna play this season, which is the cleave one that I have currently, and there is the second one which is more based around single target and bursting as fatebound. So I will put the codes in the description, of course, and I'll explain the difference between these two. So this is the build we're gonna be playing the most this season, simply because kingsbane does way too much damage when you have it in a macro with cold blood and your badge trinket, but we're gonna talk about the gear after. So this is what you're gonna play 90% of the time, but there is another build that I really enjoy. I actually prefer to play this one. This is like a full cleave build, so no burst like kingsbane and shit, but it's more based around like big cleaves. So you probably wanna play this in a full melee lobby, I'd say, or like when there is like loads of pets, for example like Demo Warlock, DK, or like Beam Hunter. Just because the modifiers, they're way too good for Ruptures, Crimson Tempest, and Foot of Knives as well. You can actually do really good Venom as well after sheathing and get this buff, Symbolic Victory. So it's a pretty nice build. Of course, I'll share the codes, but like I said, 90% of the time you're gonna be playing Fatebound and Kingsbane. I wanted to show the Blitz talents as well. So we will be playing Fatebound just because of the great mobility that it gives us, and the passive damage is really nice. The mark is completely useless in BGs because you're never gonna be pressing ambush to apply them. It's a waste of time. Also remember, Rupture keeps you in combat for no reason. It's bugged since the beta, right? So you wanna be playing Fatebound, obviously. So that's pretty much the build without Kingsbane. But if you're playing kotmogu, where you wanna kill orbs, you will remove the spikes for Kingsbane, remove Doomblade for this one. That would be your kotmogu build. But any other teamfight map, it will be without Kingsbane and the spikes. Now, for example, if you get another map like basemap, Warsong, anything else, that's the build you wanna play, just to maximize the biggest burst you can do. For example, on flag map on the FC, right? For example, on RT, it's usually a 4v4, right, at mines, so you wanna score kill really quickly, you don't have time to like pad and do your cleave. What we're looking for is like burst damage, so that would be the best build for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The gearing is pretty simple. You just play Mastery with Verse. Your tier will be everything but shoulders. You play Radiant Power on your weapons, Radiant Mastery on your rings, Scott Match on your boots, and Speed Enchants on your wrist and belt, of course. The difference this season though is that we'll be playing Badge, and I'll explain why. So since most of the games you're gonna be playing Kingsbane for the biggest one-shots with Fatebound, you obviously want to play Badge to buff the Kingsbane basically, right? And if you're playing the other build, the cleave one, of course Insignia will be better. But like I said, 90% of the games gonna be Fatebound, Kingsbane, so you wanna buy this first. For the macros, nothing really special to be honest. This one is good to have. I don't see many rogues playing it, but it's really good. So basically when you send your knives, it will apply your poisons. I can show you. So you apply wound and crippling. So for example, if I'm doing DPS there and I put this guy in focus, right? It's good to have the bind and set it in focus so you can keep your wound. It's very tryhard, but it's I feel like it's really good to have, and you should definitely make it. This one is also very important. Where is it? It's called one shot somewhere. It's my kingsbane macro. So it will be use 13, which is my badge. Just to remind you, we're playing this trinket to increase the damage of the kingsbane. With TSLT for the mastery buff 13. Cold blood just to make it crit obviously, and kingsbane at the end. Apart from that, there's nothing really crazy. I've got my disarms 1, 2, 3, ship shots 1, 2, 3. Sub focus, obviously, like those stuff you already know, kick focus, right? So nothing really special. When it comes to race, obviously Night Elf is the best in arenas because of the meld restuff effect for the big garrots. But if you're going to play blitz, you definitely want to be orc for the stun reduction. It's very, very OP in 1v1 against other rogues, or just in skirmishes situation in general. Just way too good to have the stun reduction. I mean, Night Elf is obviously viable in blitz, but if you're going to try out, you want to be orc in blitz. Now I'll show you how to do damage. So first of all, fatebound kingsbane won't be the same rotation as the full cleave build, right? Obviously. But there is one main way to do damage on Asa, any build. It's just to dot everything because of Scent of Blood. Any target that has Rupture on will increase your agility by 4%. So any build you play, you're just looking to get 20 stacks. So max Rupture on everywhere. So Garrot Rupture, these guys, I have 12 stacks, so 12% agility. I dot these two, 16 stacks. Now in arena, if there is DKs, Demolog, Hunter, anything, you want to rupture the pets just to get your stacks. So you always want to look for the 20 stacks. If you can't, it's okay, but always try to rupture as much as you can to benefit from the talents. So that's kind of the main way if you play two builds how to do damage. But now if you're going to play fatebound with kingsbane, obviously there is the kingsbane thingy. So I can show my macro again. So you will always before you want to press kingsbane, you always want to shiv, always. So for example, I'm gonna ship shot this guy, shiv, I'm full command points. Now I will press my macro into Envenom. As you can see, I do the biggest damage because of cold blood, right? So my kingsbane will automatically crit because of it, and from this talent, my next two Envenoms will be crit as well. So this is pretty easy to play and get used to. So you just play the game normally, you dot everything, you're looking for your stacks, you wanna get like 20, but if you can't, it's fine, but just try to garrot as much as you can, like I said earlier. Also, you never wanna press kingsbane. You never wanna press the kingsbane macro without your trinket badge. Never. It will be useless. Unless the guy is 10% HP or like very low, and you have kingsbane before badge because of the 4 sets. So maybe you wanna send it, but in general, you wanna align badge with kingsbane, everything, T, shiv. So I'll do it again. I stun the guy. You can deathmark as well on top. Shiv the macro into biggest envenom. And then you can garrot to get extra command point, fan of knife in AoE to get full command points, and still get a biggest envenom crit because your badge is still here. You just want to aim for envenom, to be honest, after your kingsbane. So it's pretty simple. That's how you play fatebound. You just garrot rupture everything, shadow step on other targets. I forgot to mention it, but of course, same as rupture, you wanna keep Crimson Tempest on at least 2 targets. Not necessarily the healer, because you wanna CC the healer, right? But at least on both DPS, you want to have Crimson Tempest, same as Rupture. It will do way too much damage to not press it. So now I'll show you how to do damage with the cleave build, which is the deathstalker. So first of all, you need to know that pressing shift consumes 1 stack of your mark. This is very important because the way you play this build, you play it around your mark. So to apply it, you need to press ambush. I'll show now. You open Garrot, Rupture. I spend my command points and I press ambush because I'm still in subterfuge window, right? So now I have three stacks. So now what you wanna do is spend your command points to remove 1 stack. Then you're gonna be spending your command points again. I'm gonna press Crimson Tempest because it just fade. And now I wanna shift to get my Darkest Night buff. Basically what it would do, you can read it here. My next Envenom is guarantee a crit and it does just insane damage. So I'll show you now. I press Envenom, it's crit, it did insane damage. So that's how you're gonna be playing this build. It's pretty annoying because it's bugged since the beta. You're stuck in combat, as you can see. I'm pressing Rupture, I can't go stealth again. I had a short window to do it. Now I'm stuck again for no reason. That's why this build is a bit annoying sometimes. Look, it got me out of stealth for no reason. It's still not fixed. It's been like 2 years now. But yeah, like I said, you wanna apply marks on targets and consume the marks while you're spending command points. And once you've got your Darkest Night, make sure to shift to get the Symbolic Victory buff that will increase your Envenom damage. So since Darkest Night will make it guarantee crit and do the biggest dam, obviously you wanna line up with this talent. So I'll show now. So I press ambush to apply the mark, I spend command points, I press shift to consume 1 mark, thanks to my foresight. Now I have the buff, and I have Symbolic Victory. So now I can do the biggest Envenom. And like the other build, basically you just wanna dot everything. You see I just pressed meld and it bugged out because of the Deathstalker bug. It's really annoying. But I do believe this build is completely insane in a full melee lobby, or like when there's loads of pets, you know, because of some modifiers like this one. Rupture deal additional damage. Fan of Knives and Crimson Tempest 30% more. When you have 2 targets dotted, obviously everyone is dotted already, so it's really nice. But like I said, you'll be playing fatebound way more with the kingsbane build. It's just way better in general. I would recommend you to play this build only in a full melee lobby, or like if there's like loads of pets. If you're facing, for example, DK and Demo Warlock, or like DK and BM Hunter, that would be nice because you can dot everything and just do the biggest pad. But like I said, fatebound is better overall. And you would never play this in a blitz, sorry, because you're stuck in combat, and in blitz you're most likely going to go for reself, so never play this in blitz. I also want to talk about the deathmark. You should never press it if there is a single survival hunter in your game, evoker or something like that, because they can simply just remove it. Let me see if I can show you what it does, so I can show you what I'm talking about. So for example, we're going to evoker. Let me find it. Cauteries and alive wounds, removing all bleeds, poison, everything, right? So if you play deathmark, you press it to an evoker, it will just remove it, it's useless. So you should hold it always, right? Same for hunter, mending bandage, but it's only a survival though. They can remove all blades, poison, etc. So if you're facing a evoker or hunter, you should hold it always, unless you press it on your final go. Let's say the dragon, he has no trinket, no CD, no wall, no nothing. You stun him, right? Then if you know you're going to kill, you can press deathmark because he won't be able, he should not be go out of the stun, right? Because he's supposed to be dead on that final go. So yes, you can press it on this go, but in general it's really bad. For example, if you're facing survival hunter and you wanna deathmark something, well, you can if you want, but make sure the hunter is CC'd so he can't remove it. Because if he gets just one global, it will remove all your blitz. Not even like just your deathmark, no. It will be all your blitz. So all the time you spent building like damage, it will be gone. And you probably then lose, yeah, your Son of Blood, so you don't want that. Also, if you're facing a Holy Pala, he can remove it with his bop. But the way I play sometimes into Holy Pala is that I'm pressing Deathmark on purpose. So the enemy Pala will just bop it. So that's a good way to force bops if you want. But obviously, if the enemy team is fine, they're obviously not gonna press. But that's a good way to force pop if they have to, basically. Something that I wanted to show as well is the way I'm using my gouge. You don't necessarily need to press it always on the healer to CC him. You can just press it on the target you're facing, even the ones you're attacking, just to annoy them. So let's see now. Because it won't break with the new changes they made. Look, this guy is full dotted, right? It won't break. So you can abuse this so much, especially into casters. To, like, for example, a warlock casting a bolt, you can just like remove it with gouge. Same for cyclones from Boomy, like anything. You can just annoy everyone so much. I'm gonna show you now again, because even with deathmark, which is my 2 minutes pop, right? It might not break instantly. It could, right? If I crit on every tick, it will break it, but it might not. So we can check now. I have deathmark on, full bleeds, I gouge. You see, it still lasted like 1.5 seconds, right? It's completely insane. The fact that this guy is full bleeded. I mean, I don't have Crimson Tempest, but it would be the same, to be honest. So the fact that this guy can sit like at least 1 second in a gouge, even though he has every CD on him, you can, trust me, you can abuse this a lot. And like I said, even on healers, to be honest, the healer is dotted, you can still gouge him, it won't break. And of course, yeah, really insane into casters that are casting deadly spells like Cyclone, Chaos Bolt, anything. You should definitely abuse this. I wanted to show a bit of my VOD from the other day, just so you can see what's going on in general. So I'm facing a red, which is really bad for me, but I'm playing RMP in this lobby, so it should be okay. I'm opening ship shot on the priest because I want the red to sank him. He won't press, so I'm doing my normal rotation. And as you can see, I blinded the priest out of the ship shot. I'm gonna go again and show you, because my mage was busy doing damage, I guess, on his combust. So I took the decision to blind him instead, right? If he won't ship, then I have to blind to follow the CC. Then I'm doing my normal rotation, putting blades on, rupture, I shiv, trying to build some combo points. And then it will be my kingsbane macro one shot. My mage gets the poly, and then it's the envelope crit from the hero talent in fatebound. He dies instantly. Obviously, he didn't die instantly. He could have pressed way earlier, but he didn't press. Because red players, they are very good. So as you can see, I'm gonna show again. Trying to bait the sunk with the shape shot, he won't press. I'm doing the normal rotation. I blind out of the ship shot, Garrot, and then normal rotation and he will just die. So that's round 1. I'm pretty sure the enemy priest is going, I mean the guy I played with before is going 6-0. So let's see what's going on in this arena. So I destruct the priest because look, as you can see, my mage doesn't let me sap. He instantly goes in combat. So most likely I'm not getting that sap. So what I'm doing is that I destruct the priest so it turns his camera on the back and he doesn't get the global to get in combat or something. Which kind of worked because look, he ran on the side. I get the sap. I want to kill the reds obviously. But before I go on the reds, I want to ship shot the shaman so he can't peel or do anything. So after that, it's ship shot Garrot Rupture on the red pala into my deathmark. Just before my sap ends, I'm back on the priest, step focus into sap focus to resap. That's kind of the bombs that I like to do in shuffle that I will never do in trees because you can make people choke so much. Because obviously the quality of this lobby it's not great, so people are not very good, so you can make them choke easily. So that's what I'm doing. I blind him inside the bomb, and the reason why I bombed like that is that I am able to CC on his trinket. Obviously could have trinket fade, but the bomb is still here, so, and like I said, people are not very good, so you can easily CC that trinket on the bomb like that. And then you get so much momentum. As you can see, they are all very low. We get lay. Shaman is popping every cooldown. I should disarm him. I don't know why I'm not pressing. I did now. We're gonna show again what I did in the opener. I destruct the priest so he doesn't get in combat. I sapped him. Cover Shaman on the way. Going reds. Normal damage rotation at trinket because he won't dispel me. And I need to be quick for the resap. I bomb on top, blind, trinkets, I sap trinket, even if it's 1 second, just so I can secure the ship shot or like anything after. Red doesn't sank again, so it's really good for me. We force lay, trinket, swap, wall, like every city. We got every city in opener. And I think we're still gonna lose though. So now it's the time where like there's Diaz everywhere, there's not much to do. So I'm just gonna bleed everything. I shouldn't really bleed the priest because I'm playing with a mage and we want to CC. But it's still good in shuffle. So he gets the poly. It breaks. I guess maybe he deathed it. I just ship shot everything. It's really good to do that on your subterfuge window. You just ship shot everything, then Garrot, Rupture everyone. I love to Garrot the priest and like the healers in general. Just to like CC them. Because it's a 3-second silence, right? On top of all the other CCs you got. So right now I'm pressing Crimson Tempest on the reds. I died 40-0 from nothing. You can watch it back. Let's see what's happening to me. I get triple deer arched. And I think I'm just gonna die to nothing, or what? Yeah, I get 30-0. I don't know. I guess I should have pressed. And I was top damage by the way, this round, so this is like a really good way to play. In shuffle at least. So that's another round that I will lose obviously because I think enemy priest went 6-0. The mage blinks in instantly to get in combat. I sap him. I sap the priest. I swap it. Always ship shot the red so he can't peel. Garrot Rupture. I'm following my CC again. It's the blind. After the sap, it trinkets. I didn't want to bomb here, so I just ship shot. It's trinket. The red won't song still. Then you see I silence. We can even swap on the silence on the Garrot. I trinket to do a deer gout. the Akini as well. Trying to like get a kill in the opener. He sinks finally. Reapplying all the bleeds. Kick the priest, of course. And now, what I'm gonna do is just fucking around and just do PV damage until I get like Diaz. And as you can see, I'm not Night Elf, right? So now I'm gonna be missing a lot of damage and like momentum. Because for example, if I was Night Elf here, I would just meld, re-stealth, sheep shot all of them, silencing with Garrett, but no, I can't do that, right? Because I'm a wolf. So now I have 0 momentum. I mean, I'm just gonna die. The priest is going 06, right? So going next. Okay, I think that run was pretty insane. So the priest is semi-AFK, I don't know. I sap him, always sheep shot the red to cover the sank. Going mage, Garrot, Rupture, deathmark. Resapping priest, bomb on top. I will blind. Once I blind, I press 1 vanish because I'm ready to sap his trinket. I get it. I sheep shot after. I sheep shot red again to cover the sank. Then I reapply bleeds since he blocked. Because he blocked, he removed all of my bleeds. Reapplying bleeds on everyone. Garroting the priest now is very good because he can't top the mage. Garrot again. Crimson Tempest just to cleave everyone. I'm not playing with a mage now, so we are not gonna really CC the priest. Like, there's no way this guy is gonna go for X, so I can just cleave everything. Kick priest. Actually, I gouged him. He won't break, like I showed you earlier. He won't break from blitz. Very good to do that. I sheep shot him. I sheep shot everyone. And by the way, Venom goes through Bob, as you can see. He died. So you can also abuse this if you didn't know before. Because Venom is magic, right? So it goes through. Same as Gloomblade if you're playing sub-rogue. Gloomblade goes through Bob if you didn't know. So just on Venom, he goes to 2%. My shaman finish. That's how we won. I didn't do much damage this game because I was just mainly CCing the guy, but I can't even count how many rounds I've won doing negative damage, but just CCing the healer non-stop in the opener. And we win in like 30 seconds in the start. So there's definitely like many playstyle you can have in Shuffle, like just going full damage, just CCing. It's even better if you play like every aspect. Just CCing and doing the biggest damage at the same time is great. You can do whatever you want. So we're gonna watch this again. I was a bit spaced. I get found in opener, which is really bad. I should never walk here. Anyway, I don't really care. My Garrot is like 10 seconds duration, so I'm just going in. Step Garrot everyone. I step Garrot the priest. I build common points with Fan of Knives into a full kidney. I bomb on top of him. Shaman is popping every cooldown, so obviously I don't want to get one-shotted. I trinket disarm. Actually, I trinket stun him. I blind the priest. Sheepshot his trinket. Garrot everyone. I dot everything. I gouge as well. And we have the biggest pressure now. But this priest was not healing at all anyway. Like I said, he went 06. But it's very important to harass healers basically if you're playing as a rook. It's very, very, very important. Yeah, so I lost that one probably. Let's see what I do in the opener. So again, I'm trying to avoid the root totem from the shaman. I sub the priest. I didn't want to cover the shaman really, it was very far. So I just went on the mage. I blind. I sab his trinket because I bombed on top and he was not really good to like react. Then I put some bleeds. And as you can see what I'm doing, it's very important. I'm doing like a normal damage rotation on him just to build common points. I press Rupture, so I'm out of common points. Last second of Subterfuge, so I restun. into Garrot. And now I should Garrot again. Into a last one. Yeah, that's very good. Now the healer is completely like overwhelmed. And that's where like Asa shines a lot, right? In shuffle. Because now I can gouge this guy. I should gouge into Kine now. Yeah, I'm doing it. And I shiv on top. And now I should press Crimson Tempest because everyone has Garrot and Riptor. So I should Crimson Tempest now. I did it, as you can see, on Shaman and Mage. But I'm just dying to her because this guy is not healing. Step kick the poly, of course. Reapplying bleeds on everyone. Okay, I haven't talked about that yet, and I wanted to mention it. When you got no vanish, no meld, no nothing, and you see that the enemy team is not in crazy pressure, if you're near a pillar, like near the pillar, it's really good to go for the reself. Because now, well, I got very unlucky here, so I should, if I would have gotten the ship shot, it would have been completely insane. But I go for a reself, I ship shot the mage, I get chip on my trinket, I'm mad, but I can still Garrot this guy, step Garrot people everywhere. But sadly we die here, I think. We swap. I mean, we're pretty fucked right now. But what we should do now is just reapplying bleeds on everyone, stun the healer and focus. And do the same over and over, but I will die here, I think. He's not pressing PS. He has 2 PSs, he won't press. Yeah. I mean, I don't really care about the wins, but I just wanted to show you how you can climb like easily low MMR because every healer will get overwhelmed. It's really, really hard to play shuffle against Asa Rogue. So you should always look to harass healers a lot with the Garrots. Always. So now we'll be watching some real Tris games that I played the other day with my friends. By the way, I think Roguelock is not that good at the moment. Like Warlock just gets bullied way too easy. I think if you wanna play Tris, you should play with a mage every day. Fire mage completely out of control. And yeah, we can see what's happening here. So I'm facing Red Warrior, which is a really OP comp, and there's lots of them on EU. So I'm opening Sap on the Dragon. I'm stepping the DPS, trying to peel the opener, and now my goal is to put Garrot and Rupture everywhere. Basically, this game, you wanna aim to kill the dragon, because the warrior can't really die. Also, this guy was playing Orc, so it makes it harder. Red can't really die, it's kinda the god class, so you wanna kill the dragon. I'll show back what happened. So I opened, I got disarmed on my big Garrot, which is fine. The dragon is casting asleep. I'm telling my priest on voice that I will stop it, even though it's a triple ear gouge, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to stop the sleep. Since I will kidney the dragon, he will fear the red, so he can't sunk it. Broke it from Blitz though, but it's okay. He didn't sank, which was good from him because it's pointless to sank a low duration stun, right? Because he was feared before. I'm gonna still kick the glare, because I obviously don't want to get glared. Meld to restun the dragon into the biggest Garrot. And now my water got some cast off. We will do the biggest damage. So I triple Garrot. I'm even sending my kingsbane right now. And my biggest envenom crit. To be honest, I don't care about making the cleanest go. I'm just trying to create pressure to make them scared and like just cleave everyone. So you don't really care about making clean goes unless people don't have trinket and you wanna finish the game, right? But in this situation, I don't really care. So I kick the sleep again. And as you can see, they're all rotting. It's insane. So I will vanish, step ship shot the reds. So I'm free to stun the dragon. Otherwise, he would just sank. As you can see, he trinketed my ship shot to sank his dragon. But there's way too much damage, so he has to communion still. And on top of that, the warrior is fearing. Right now I trinketed like an ape because I want to do damage. So I'm just doing insane garrots everywhere. Trying to kick the red. He fakes me, or like, I don't know, I missed, I don't know, I'm bad. Okay, now this is important. I see that the red, he has no sank. I have full command points. Dragon is 40% HP. He's trying to sleep my healer. Obviously I should kill him, right? So I do it. We get sack. He trinkets. Wall. Just gouging on top for the 8. I told you earlier, it's just good to press on CD. Now I'm gonna vanish, stun both DPS. And just garrot everyone, to be honest. Reapplying blitz, sorry. He doesn't have ward anymore, so I can silence him. Pressing Crimson Tempest just to cleave everyone. And Fan of Knives when they're all packed. Like all stacked, yeah. The red still doesn't have sank. So I have a short window now to make a kidney. I don't remember if I will press it on the healer. Now I'm trying to reapplying bits. Yeah, blitz, I should. I mean, right now, not much to do, to be honest. Everyone is bleeded. I should just kill the healer to force the sank. And I think I do it. Yes, I do. He sanks it. We get the Fear 8 on it, which is fine. I just wanted to force the sank anyway. And as you can see, mainly what's gonna happen this game is just you triple dot everyone and you just go healer. And when the red has sank, you try to CC the reds so you can go healer for free. And of course, I mean, the rogue POV is kind of easy in this game, but it's really hard for the warlock, right, to live against those guys. So my team needs to play good while I just need to sit and do damage. So he fears me, which I kind of like, since I have my biggest one shot in 10 seconds. No sank, so I'll be free to one shot him. I blinded him now. The reason why I did it is because we had no stops for the sleep. So I blind him, I don't really care. And anyway, I have meld now to reapply the big garrot. I stun him. I bomb him also, because I know it's game over. I deathmark. I get disarmed though. The thing with the deathmark, like I said earlier, is very weird to use because he can remove it anytime. So whenever you use the deathmark, you need to be... It's gotta be your final go, basically. To be honest, I should have never pressed. I should have hold that for sure. But it doesn't really matter. So I'm taking the gate because we're all in trouble, and I know I win the game soon. So I'm just trying to survive. And as you can see, like I said on the shuffle earlier, I'm next to a pillar. I'm just gonna go try for a re-stealth, and I get it. And this re-stealth will make me win the game. I ship shot the red, reapply my blitz, same for warrior, and then I go on the dragon. We get sank, we get parry, we get everything. And now I still have one more vanish that I didn't use because I got the re-stealth. Now I can make a huge go on the healer. He has no communion, no sank, no nothing. Sorry. So I'm just gonna press it again, actually. Okay, so I was trying to sleep my healer, and I feel like we were gonna die, so I DS ship shot him. I don't really care. And he has to trinket it because he's in fucking trouble. So I DS stun him, he trinkets. I restun one more time. We get the bop, really insane. And like I told you before, Envenom goes through the bop. So I press Envenom, and then my team kills him. Yeah, sorry, my voice went crazy before. So I'm gonna watch this again. Dotting everything, killing this guy, we get sank. And then the dragon is casting a sleep on my healer, and we're in trouble. And my warlock told me that he has insane damage, so I thought that would be a nice move to DS stun him. Which it was, because he had to trinket, otherwise he was dead. And then I trinket, kingsbane I forgot to tell you, goes through Bob as well. But it won't do much damage because I don't have all my blades on, etc. So I kingsbane into Venom and he just dies. I mean, Red Warrior is... I don't think we would have a chance if it was another healer, but you should always aim to kill dragons healer as a rogue. They die really easy in a stun, you know, with Kingsbane. And now we're gonna move to the next video. So here I'm facing a DHL, which is a really good comp. So I thought that was nice to show it. So every time you're gonna face this comp in opener, it's gonna be the same. You always need to open Sheep Shot on the DH. Sheep Shot, and then 99% of the druids, they will always open your rake. And what you can do, if you're a bit crazy, you can trinket it and do like a go on the druid. But usually, like the really good druids, they're just gonna tree, like big tree, right? So you shouldn't pop anything. But what I should have done here, since I trinketed and committed for the druid before his big tree, I should have cloaked, you know? I should have cloaked the incap and do my biggest one shot. I think we would have, yeah, we would have had the most pressure, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. As long as you pre-feint the stuns, it's gonna be okay. So now, since the opener started, he has no big tree, so the druid can easily die, especially with Kingsbane. So what you're gonna do is just cleave everything, rupture, garrot, again, everyone. I meld Sheep Shot the druid, Kingsbane everything. I get peeled nicely by the DH, but I still got what I wanted, which is the skin from druid. Now I'm still doing damage, and you can see they're all rotting. The druid had to trigger a silence or something, I don't know. Yeah, otherwise his DH was dead or something, I don't know. We just had so much pressure. So now reapplying Rupture, dotting the Shaman, Garrot Rupture as well. I should Crimson Tempest here, which I just did actually. And now I see the druid, he has no trinket and no skin for 30 seconds. He's in trouble. I have a gouge and vanish. So what I'm gonna do is look for a gouge. I don't know how I couldn't get it. So I just stun him. The shaman just X me. That's nice from him, but I still have, as you can see here, I still have my big garrots. So that's all that matters. My big garrot. I DK him. I don't really care, bro, because we have a code after this. I stun the DH. I stun both DPS. Reapplying blitz. Crimson Tempest. And the guy is just dying from blitz. I mean, my warlock is pumping kinda, but... Oh, also wanted to talk about it. As you can see, the shaman is playing dwarf, so I should never press deathmark on him, because he will just remove it. Right now he was free to press it because he's able to press without me pressing deathmark, because I pressed it before on the druid. So I should probably get a Wikora, and you guys probably should get a Wikora if someone is pressing dwarf. So you can see that he pressed, because I didn't notice unless I tagged him. So now I see that he pressed. I need to reapply blitz ASAP, because if you don't have ruptures on targets, you have 0 energy, by the way. So it's something you need to take a look at. So now this is the best scenario for me. I'm just setting Kingsbane on the DH, I don't care. I'm just trying to create pressure. I stun the druid, putting dots, I get skin, perfect. I don't know, I don't even remember how I'm gonna kill the druid, but just watching the VOD now, I can see I got my biggest one shot in 47 seconds, and he has skin in 57. So I swear his trinket don't even matter that much, he can just die through. So this is stuff you can look at, play around your one shot. So now I'm just shaving, cleaving everything, doing max pressure. I don't care about getting X'd because I have no damage. I gouge the Stormkeeper. Just aids in cast, like I said. And now I see the DH is very low. My Warlock is pumping, so I'm just gonna kinnate the Druid. And he has to Trinket. That's completely insane. So now I will have a short window to kill the Druid. He has skin in 24 seconds. And in 14 seconds, I have all my damage. So I have a window of 10 seconds to kill the Druid. So I need to prepare myself to do it, you know? So I'm just putting blades everywhere. The Druid is not in the air anymore. I pre-gouge him. I'm gonna show again, because I remember now what's gonna happen. I pre-gouge the guy. He has skin in 10 seconds, no trinket. I'm melding. Stun him. And I know it's gonna be the final go, so I deathmark him. And I cloak on top, because as you can see, the shaman is pressing X. Pretty sure he tried to X me. I restun the Druid. And then I do the biggest kingsbane and envenom. And I literally solo that guy. Because I knew that I had a short window to kill him because he had no skin, no trinket, and I got my damage back, you know? And let's be honest, a Druid without cities, he just dies instantly. And it was deathmark as well. It was everything. It was my whole spellbook, basically. So my cloak is worth because it's all my spells. I should always cloak for this. So I'm gonna put it again. Pre-gouge the guy when I know he has nothing and I have everything. So he can't prepare the go. Meld, stun, building command points, deathmark, restunning perfect, big kingsbane into crit and venom that will be crit guaranteed because of the hero talent, like I said, and he just dies. I do think they could have played that better, but it's really hard to play Druid in this meta, so you can kill Resto Druids very easy on Asarog now with the Kingsman build, basically. And we arrived at the end of the guide. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You can ask questions in the comments if you want. I'll try and answer to everything. There won't be a lot of montage. Probably not at all even. I just wanted to share what I think about Asarog, what I do, etc. Show what I know, basically. And hope you're gonna like it. And yeah.